What's up, YouTube? This is the G-Rod83 and I'm about to do a video. And yes, I'm here to talk about another TNA release. What the fuck? TNA release Homicide? Why they release Homicide? Because they don't see him as a superstar? Why? Because he's not a big muscular guy? It's stupid, bro. Why they release Homicide? Homicide was awesome. He was in the team called LAX with Hernandez. Why they gotta release Homicide? Homicide was awesome. He had the Gringo Killer. And you know, he had the 187. And why they gotta release Homicide? I like Homicide. I was a big fan of him because I'm a big fan of the X Division. I love the X Division. That's the reason why I watched TNA. Back in 05, I was flipping to the channels and I saw a show and it said TNA and I was like, let me watch this, you know, to see what it's about. And I loved it. I saw AJ Styles. I saw Christopher Daniels. I saw Amazing Red. I saw all these high flyers. And I was like, oh, this show is awesome. This is awesome. You know, I want to start watching this every week. And the reason why I watch TNA because of the X Division. The X Division is the heart of TNA. And what happened to Dixie Carter using the X Division? They're not using the X Division guys no more. They're releasing Amazing Red. I don't know what's going on with him because I haven't seen him on Impact for weeks. So I don't know if he's getting released or if he's just taking time off. Christopher Daniels got released. I think he's back in the Indies. Petey Williams, he might go back to the Indies again. Sanjay Dutt, the player from the Himalaya, he's back in the Indies. Austin Aries left a couple of years back when he made his Ring of Honor debut, you know, and I love the X Division. The X Division should be pushed. They should bring back the X Division. The X Division was the reason why I watched TNA and why a lot of people watch TNA because the X Division is the heart and soul of TNA. TNA is nothing without the X Division. AJ Styles helped build TNA. That's the reason why TNA grew and grew and it's going to continue to grow. But if it doesn't, but if TNA continues the way it's going, TNA is not going to be the same anymore because I love TNA and a lot of people on YouTube, they're saying the TNA, if it keeps going the way it's going, it's going to go out of business like WCW or ECW, and I don't want to see that happen because a lot of these guys are going to lose their jobs. Yeah, man, some of them will probably go to TNA, not to TNA, look at me, to WWE, or some will go back to the Indies, but I don't want to see TNA go out because TNA is a great company, but the bookers need to do a better job because they're not doing good, bro. They're not doing shit with TNA. And yeah, I am gonna say I thought bringing Hogan was gonna help TNA, but after I think about it and what I've been seeing for all these months after Hogan came to TNA, Hogan hasn't done shit with TNA. What the fuck has Hogan done with TNA? He hasn't done a damn thing with TNA. He said he was gonna push the younger guys, but he's not pushing the younger guys. How is he pushing the younger guys when most of these guys that are champion, most of them are RVT, which I love RVT, but RVT's a veteran. He's an old school wrestler. He's not a young talent no more. He's been in the business for years now. You know, he's not a veteran, he's not a young talent no more. He's been in the business for a couple of years. And then a lot of these guys are not young. It's mostly every week on Impact, all you see is these old veterans coming to the ring and doing their promos, and it's mostly promos and matches. Matches are short and the promos are longer than the matches. You know, TNA matches are always short. They're not long, they're short, and I don't like that. It makes TNA boring. So some matches they're okay to watch, but then some matches they're horrible to watch. They're boring. You know, I don't get that. Why they gotta release? And then every week, every month, or every 2 or 3 months, they release a talent, a young talent. Why is that? They only wanna have the old veterans, but they don't wanna have the young talent. And then bringing back ECW, I do respect ECW for everything they accomplished and what they've done for the business. But no one wants to see those lame old wrestlers anymore in the ring. They're out of shape. They can't wrestle anymore. They're slow. They're boring. They make TNA, they make the matches boring on Impact. I don't like that because I do like TNA and I love Impact and I love watching Impact every week. But watching these old veterans is boring because they don't have it in them no more. Their tank is empty already. It's not full anymore. I don't want to see that no more. I want to see young veterans like AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels. Why, talking about Christopher Daniels, what happened to Christopher Daniels? Why they released him? Why they didn't see him as a superstar anymore? I don't get that, because Christopher Daniels, he was the godfather of the X Division. Christopher Daniels was the godfather of TNA. And by the way, I just found out reading on websites on the internet, they're saying that they're supposedly this guy Vince Russo got released from TNA. If he did, I applaud that because I do not from day one, ever since I found out every Bishop, not every Bishop, look at me, sorry, Ben Russo was. I never liked Ben Russo since day one. In WCW, I have never liked Ben Russo. Ben Russo was, to me, he's always been a disgrace to the wrestling world, to the business of wrestling. He's not. What has he done for the wrestling world? All he does is ruin people's lives and and wrestlers' careers. What has he done for the business? He hasn't done shit for the business. And as a booker and as a writer, he sucks. He's a piece of shit. He's the biggest disgrace to the wrestling world. He's not a talent to the business world. Keeping him around in TNA wasn't a good idea. He should have never been in TNA in the first place. Why they put him in TNA? Because they felt bad because he lost his job in WCW after WCW went out of business. So they said, oh, let's bring in Ben Russo because we feel bad for him because he lost his job because WCW went out of business. I don't give a fuck. I don't like Ben Russo. Ben Russo's a piece of shit. He's a disgrace. He should have never had a job at TNA. They should bring back the X division. They should bring back the Knockouts division and make TNA what it was. Have these matches with young talents to make the company better. Book better matches. Yes, I love the promos and wrestling, but they don't need to be long. They need to be short and sweet and have longer matches and have all these veterans running around the ring and doing nothing, making the matches boring and making the company worse than it already is. And I'm sorry, I love TNA and I love wrestling, but if TNA keeps doing what it's doing and keeps going the way it's going, I'm sorry, I see in a couple of more years, 2 or 3 more years, I see TNA going out of business. And I don't want to see that, because we already had WCW go out of business, we had ECW go out of business, and well, TNA's going to go out of business too. And that's going to be sad, it's going to be fucked up, because a lot of wrestlers are going to lose their jobs. And where will they go? Some will go to WWE, but some won't, because WWE doesn't want to use these guys because they're not marketable. They're not marketable. They're not big. They're not muscular. They don't have charisma. They probably can't sell merchandise like all these other guys can. And that's what I don't like about WWE. That's another thing, but that's another topic. This is TNA, you know, and I don't like that. So a lot of these guys will lose their jobs, and that's going to be fucked up for the wrestlers. I don't want to see another company go out of business, bro. We already saw 2 tragedies happen in wrestling, bro, and I don't want to see it no more. Yeah, that's just my thoughts on TNA. This is Achiro 83, and I'm out.